I've got a hilarious one today that I think we can all appreciate and laugh at. One of the mods of this subreddit called AntiWork, where they discussed screwing with companies and they circle jerk about why they hate working, blah, blah, blah. Very popular, as you can imagine. One of their mods went on Fox News for an interview, and it went about how you would expect. This subreddit is actually blown up to be absolutely massive. I can't believe how big it's gotten. Personally, I find that subreddit super annoying because I think people should work if they can, but I get why things like this are popular for people because there's people who don't want to work or they don't like the concept of it, you know, and that's their worldview. So no judgment really, you know, other than the fact that this mod that we're about to watch looks exactly like you would expect. Now, I'm going to give you guys some pre-context here. This mod discussed with all the other mods of AntiWork, and they all agreed that this is the guy that best represents them.
Over 1.6 million subscribers. Joining me now is the person who operates this AntiWork group, Doreen Ford. All right, so Doreen, why do you like the idea of being home, not working, but still getting paid by corporate America?
So there's some misconceptions about the movement. So we're a movement where we want to reduce the amount of work that people feel like they're forced to do. And so we want to still put in effort, we want to put in labor, but we don't want to necessarily be in a position where we feel trapped. You know, you just quoted from Office Space where that person feels very trapped in their job. I think we're calling for a society where there's less of that. But yeah, absolutely, people still want to do things. They just want to do things where they feel.
So far, not the most unreasonable explanation, just being fair. You know, I get that people want that. Personally, I love working. Personally, I think the more everybody works, the more stuff gets done in the world. That's how the world moves, you know? So if we're all working, we get more things done. We get ahead. But also, work fucking sucks sometimes, and you don't want to do it, and you'd rather play video games or whatever. I mean, I get it. I really do.
And they feel like they're in a good spot in their life, and that their job respects them and stuff like that. You know, there's varying.
So Doreen, you're not being forced to work. This isn't slave labor. You've applied for a job.
Yeah.
You've agreed to the terms and conditions of the employment, and you know you can walk away from that job at any time and quit. So I don't understand really what this is about, except it sounds like maybe people are just being lazy.
All right, so I mean, the news is doing what the news does, right? They have their hard stance on this. Dude, doesn't this guy look like the dude from Friends? He looks like the dude from Friends. Kind of sounds like him too, but more of jerkish, you know? I don't watch the news. I get all my news through YouTube, okay? But also, another thing, does that guy have like glitter on in his eyes? See how bright his eyes are? I mean, it suits him. It looks good. You know, I'm not judging, but you know, just something I noticed. But it makes a lot of good points about, yeah, it sounds like everybody just doesn't want to work and wants to be lazy. And I mean, obviously that's what it is. People who don't want to work don't want to work. And most of us usually don't, you know, but we do it anyways because we need to and we suck it up. I don't know where I'm going with this. Let's just keep watching.
So I think laziness is a virtue in a society where people constantly want you to be productive 24/7, and it's good to have rest. That doesn't mean you should be resting all the time or not putting effort into things that you care about. But I think one of the
What do you think is like a good work day?
Sure. I mean, I think as much as people want. I mean, I personally work. I have like a 20-25 hour work weeks, which I think is fairly good. So I would like less work hours.
And what do you do, Doreen?
I'm a dog walker.
A dog walker.
He's a dog walker. Okay, I wonder if does he do anything else? I don't know, but I mean, he looks like a Reddit mod, and he mods AntiWork, and his job is just walking dogs. I don't know. I mean, a picture is starting to be painted.
And how?
Yeah. So
how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Sure, I'm 30.
You're 30. Okay. And is there something you want to do besides?
Is that a bunch of trash behind his thing? Hold on, let me get out of the way. Look at this. Hold on, I'm backing it up. Look, look, look. Is this trash behind him? Let me go to the full screen. This guy needs to clean his goddamn room. They couldn't pick anybody better to represent their community. This is the best they had? What do the rest of them look like if this is the best they have?
Do you aspire to do anything more than dog walking, or is that kind of your pinnacle?
I love working with dogs. If I had to do this for the rest of my life, you know, I wouldn't be super complaining. You know, dogs are wonderful animals.
Love
but
dogs.
I would love to teach. I would love to
teach.
Work with. work with people and stuff like that.
What would you teach, Doreen?
Philosophy mostly. Just introduction to philosophy.
Bro, this guy should not be teaching nobody anything. This guy needs to figure his own out first before he helps other people. That guy kind of has a punchy face, but I agree with his laughter at this very moment.
Well, I would love to take your class, Doreen. I would just be taking notes the whole time. And
this guy,
you know what? A professor's a very similar schedule than something that you're imagining. So I think that actually might work perfectly.
Look how nervous he is.
I think this might not be the greatest idea, but who am I to judge? To each their own.
You're judging, dude. I'm judging.
Country.
We're all judging.
Sure.
Not everything's free, but it is a free country. Thank you so much. We got to run. We got to pay the bills.
Dude, this guy walked right into this. I don't know what they were thinking going on Fox News. They're just gonna roast these motherfuckers for being lazy. I bet you anything, no other network was interested in talking to these guys because it's just a bomb waiting to explode. So it was a nice little gift for Fox News, you know, and what they like to talk about. Again, not the most political person. I know Fox News is a political subject. I'm not here to be political. I'm here to laugh at idiots. A funny update to this story is after this aired, everybody started making fun of this mod for looking like a complete dork and just completely making the wrong decision of going and doing that interview in the first place. The entirety of this community that is anti-work people turned against him and started roasting him in the community, so he locked the subreddit. That's right, they couldn't take it. They want to be anti-work and all this stuff, but then when everyone's like, BS, because it goes mainstream media and it's not just a Reddit forum anymore, they hide. So what I say is the convictions aren't really there, in my opinion. And for those of you that are a little bit confused about what anti-work subreddit is, let me paint a picture of what it is. So before they locked this subreddit, I actually had a whole video I was gonna do. If they open it back up, I'll still do this video. There is a whole thread about this guy that just goes around applying for jobs, and then when he gets the job, he says no thanks and he leaves. So he just spends a bunch of his free time applying for jobs just to screw with companies. Now, with the world being shut down because of we know what, can't say it on YouTube, I think screwing with businesses that are struggling, it's like the most douchebaggy thing you can do. So I don't like this community and what they're about and what the popular posts that go up in here. I will be making a video about this community more in depth once they open back up and stop hiding. Anyways, guys, that's the story. Thank you very much for watching. And that's pretty much it. See ya.